Does anybody remember when they would force weird healthcare things on us in the 80s when we were in school? Like, does anybody remember when they just would march us down to the nurse's office and check our heads for lice? And do you remember
No,
this?
we didn't even
Did
go
they
to the
do this?
nurses.
Did they do
No,
this in
they
your
did it in
school?
our whole classroom. The nurse would come to your classroom and just start like checking your head like a monkey or something. It was so embarrassing.
So they came to your classroom to
Yes,
do it?
in front of the
They
whole
marched us
class.
down to the nurse's office, single file, and had us go through a line, and they would check each one of our heads for lice.
That's
That's how they did it in my
better than
school.
they did in our school. Anyway, so yeah, I think the thing was somebody would get lice and then the
Well,
whole school needed checked.
did they just do like a impromptu, or was it because somebody got
I
lice?
I don't
Like, I think
remember.
it was
I think it was
just,
because somebody had
I think it
lice
was they
and
would find out some
yeah,
kid had lice, and they'd march the whole class
yeah.
down there and check
Anyway,
our heads for
gross,
lice.
gross.
And then they did weird dental things, like you remember the chewy tabs with the nasty,
The
what were the
pink,
nasty
pink.
pink chewy tabs, and then you would chew them up, and whoever didn't brush their teeth, the plaque would show up
Yeah.
like it would beam out that
Did they do that in front of the whole
you
classroom?
didn't brush your teeth.
They did that in front of the whole classroom again.
Yeah, like
Everybody
they
was
would just
pink.
pass
Like
out the little
there's
packets, right?
different levels of
Or
pink.
how about if you didn't have the packets? How about the swish and spit stuff? Did they have the
Fluoride.
swish and spit?
Ugh.
They would come in with the Dixie cups with the
Ew.
fluoride stuff, and you'd have to drink it and like swish it around, and every once in a while a kid would swallow it and puke. And then they come up with the
That
powder
did
and
not
have
happen
to
in my
throw the
class.
powder down on the puke and come clean up later. And then we all would just go on with math class,
Yeah.
right?
Ew.
It was just swish the stuff
But
around your mouth and then have
the
math class.
fluoride, like they're like, oh, you get to pick your flavor, but they all tasted the same. Like I remember there
Well,
was
the
like
chewy
bubble
tabs
gum and
taste the same,
cherry.
but I think we had different
The
color
fluoride
fluoride
flavors.
stuff.
To
Like there
me,
was root beer
they were all
and
bad
cherry,
choices.
but it all was disgusting.
Yeah, they were all.
Yeah.
Ugh.
What else?
Then the weird thing was the scoliosis test. What? So we
Why are
would
they
get.
checking kids for scoliosis
I don't.
in elementary school?
I
Like,
don't. I don't
is it
know.
because we
I
had
don't
to play
know
on the
anybody with
playground equipment?
scoliosis, but
And because we were playing on the rusty playground equipment, we have to like
no, that's the tetanus shot.
see if we threw our spines out of whack when we were going on the
No,
merry-go-round.
I think it's something you're born with. But anyway, or maybe
I
not
don't know.
born with, because why would they check you when you're,
Why are
like
they
in second
why are they
grade?
checking kids for scoliosis? I mean, they don't do that now,
Maybe
do they?
somebody with scoliosis could clue
Yeah.
us
Did
in
anyone
and
get checked for,
educate us.
are they
I
still
don't know.
checking kids for scoliosis in school? I
Maybe.
mean, was that a thing? I don't
But
know.
yeah, so you would get paraded down in groups, in my school at least, to the nurse's office. You would put on a hospital gown so that your back could be open, and then they would like just make you bend over and touch that weird finger down your spine. It was
Who's
really,
doing this?
but
Like,
that was the nurse.
why did we do this?
The nurse had a bunch of weird things to do to us children.
Yeah, and it was to shame us, I think. I mean,
I don't
it
know.
was now they don't do things like that now, right? I mean, they wanted to shame us
I
in the
think you
80s.
just get like the eye exam and the like hearing exam, which was a whole thing in itself where you're just
Yeah,
so
but
nervous you don't
remember
even know if you
with the
hear
chewy
things
things, you would have to chew them up
in front of
in
everybody.
front of everyone. And then for the kids that didn't brush their teeth because the plaque showed up, then they would put the little bag with your toothpaste and toothbrush that you would take home. And then your mom would know you didn't brush your teeth, and now
Yeah.
you got to brush your teeth. In the 80s, they didn't care if they shamed kids publicly.
No.
Like you were being shamed publicly that you didn't brush your teeth, or that you had lice in your hair, or that or that you had some degenerative scoliosis disease. But they did those checks in front of everyone.
Yeah.
There was nothing private about
There was
anything.
no like HIPAA, I swear, back then. It was just
No, it
everything's out
was,
in the open.
yeah.
And anyway.